Hey, Dani K coming to you from Dani K Gym and Wellness. Today's tip is about exercising with arthritis. I know a couple of my clients, I'm not gonna say a lot, but a couple of my clients, they have arthritis. I'm sure I probably have arthritis, but I've never been diagnosed. I don't need to find out why I have the pain. I just know that I need to keep working through it. So with arthritis or, like fibromyalgia, there's other, like just joint pain that you're not injured, you know what I mean? Like arthritis, you're not injured. It's just kind of, I always explain that like it's rust to your joints, like kind of like a door hinge. If there's rust on the door hinge, the less you use that door hinge, the more rust is going to build up, right? So it's going to go right. So just like with your knees, mainly I say knees because most of the time that's where the arthritis kind of collects, knees and your hands, that kind of thing. But a lot of times people say, oh, I have arthritis and I have pain, so I can't work out. But I'm here to tell you that the more, and you have to find, I'm not talking about running marathons and stuff like that. I'm not talking about squatting heavy weights. I'm just talking about exercising, moving, getting those, things just moving, like a hinge on a door. Move that hinge, move that door, keep opening and closing that door, the rust will fall off, right? It'll be more easy, it'll be easier to move. So just like your knees, if you utilize those, it's going to kind of like just lessen. I was explained to a little while ago, years ago, that it's kind of like roughage. So rust. So the more you use, like if we're just pretending this is the knee joint, the more you use that knee joint in an exercise kind of way, therapy, physical therapy kind of way, it lessens, it breaks that rust up, and you can actually move freer, and there's less pain. Again, I have a client, definitely like almost every single morning she has come in, and yeah, she's got arthritis. Sometimes she comes in more pain than other days. But by the time she leaves, because we work through the range of motions, we keep those knees active, we do what we can do, and it's not heavy lifting or anything, it's just waking that stuff up and getting things moving, that we kind of break through that stuck point, so to speak, and it's less pain. So she walks in, she might be limping or with a cane or anything like that, but when she leaves, she's walking on her own free will and little to no pain, because we kind of worked through that rust and got that rust broken up. So just because, well, when I talked to her too, she grabbed, if we're doing like light leg extensions and, and it kind of hurts, I want to make sure that, we want to work through the range of motion so that, we are moving that joint, but we're not causing pain. Even though it's arthritis in the joint, you're not going to hurt the joint, right? If you're doing that leg extension, if we're doing it under a controlled environment with a light weight, just doing heavy reps, we know that we're not injuring, we're not impacting that knee in a bad way. It's a little bit of pain. I get pain in my knees too. When I do leg extensions, it hurts, but I work through it, and by the time I'm done, it doesn't hurt anymore. It's just certain kinds of pains like that you're not injuring anything. We know that we're waking stuff up. We know that we're making things more mobile. Then we're okay. Now, obviously, if it's like an impact kind of thing, or if it's a, where we're injuring something, obviously we want to stop doing that. But, and that's where a professional, personal trainer, knows, should know, that we're not injuring that. We got to get through. We've got to make some kind of motion in that joint, so we're freeing up that rust, so to speak. We're freeing up the roughage and kind of breaking that up and kind of getting more mobile in that joint. You've got swimming. Swimming helps. Walking, doing like therapy bands, doing very, very lightweight, doing even just air squats, obviously, if you go all the way down, we want to work through a range of motion. We want to work through some of the pain, but we don't want to cause so much pain where we do the exercise incorrectly and then end up injuring ourselves, right? So there's, you know, there's that fine line, that balance that we have to find. But, you know, it's okay to work out when you have arthritis. A lot of people use that excuse, oh, I have arthritis, I can't work out. Well, you know, the more you move, the better, and that, you know, the better it gets, the more mobile you get, the more that kind of loosens up. And I'm not saying it's the cure. I'm not talking about a cure for arthritis or anything like that. But, you know, just like, you know, if you keep still, if you keep stiff, those joints will continue to stiffen even more, and it's going to be even more pain. A lot of times too, you know, people that have the arthritis and they don't move, there's like this kind of trickle down theory, things that happen. So you have arthritis, you don't move, you gain weight, you have weight on your joints, on your knees, that causes more pain. So, you know what I'm saying? So it's like all this just downward spiral thing. So if we get moving, if we move those joints and we're able to move those joints a little bit more, even if it's within a range of motion, we might not be doing a full, you know, leg extension motion. We might not be doing a full complete squat. We might not be doing a full complete lightweight leg press or anything like that. But as long as we keep things moving, we'll eventually get to a full range, because it's going to be less painful, because we're going to be working that rust out of that joint. We're going to be being mobile and going to lose weight. So if you lose weight, you have less strain and stress on those knees, on those joints, and therefore you get more mobile. You get in that joint, you're able to lift a little bit heavier, you're able to do a lot more. So it just kind of, and that's the upward spiral positive effect of, you know, just working through some of that pain. But you have to know, you know, you have to know and understand, like, you know, constantly, you know, if somebody says, ow, you know, when I'm training them, I want to say, and I do say, you know, ow what? You know, like for instance, leg extension. If they say ow and I say ow what? You know, ow leg or ow knee, you know, and then if they say ow leg, then I know it's just muscle. I'm like, keep it on going, suck it up, you know. But if it's knee, now I have to figure out, you know, is it, we have to work within a range of motion. Maybe it's an angle that we have to fix, you know, something like that. So then we work within that, and you know, through talking, I kind of get them, you know, kind of in the right realm where we're actually, you know, seeing some progress and doing something where we're not injuring anything and we don't feel pain. But sometimes through arthritis and working through that arthritic pain, we have to feel some pain, you know, and just know that we're not injuring that joint because we're just trying to wake it up. We're trying to, you know, like the hinge on the rust on the hinge on the door, we're just working it, trying to, you know, get that rust a little bit off of there, get that roughage out of there so that we can make that joint more mobile. The more mobile the joint is, the more you're going to be active and, you know, possibly lose weight if you need to lose weight. Not everybody that has arthritis has to lose weight. I'm just saying, I don't have to lose weight, and I'm sure my knees have been through hell through the past 23 years with squatting and, you know, working out and dancing and break dancing and sliding on my knees and spinning on my knees and stuff. So my knees are shot, but, you know, I still work. And another thing that actually helps, a lot of times if your muscles aren't strong, like the muscles around the knees, if they're not strong, then every time you step or jog or whatever, you know, your knee joint takes that impact. So of course, you know, there's more impact and more, you know, more damage done, you know, badly to that knee joint. So if we strengthen up the muscles around the knee, leg extensions, leg curls, you know, free weight, air squats if we need to before we work into like lifting heavy weight with squats, you know, working those muscles and getting those muscles strong around the knee, then the muscle takes the, you know, kind of is like a shock absorber. So when you do a sort of pounding kind of motion, you know, then the knee isn't taking all the brunt. The muscle is actually kind of acting as a shock absorber and kind of protecting and saving the knee. So it's kind of like, you know, it just goes in a circle, a good circle positive thing where just get moving. You know, and like I said, work within a range of motion, and the more you work within that range of motion, even if it's a small range of motion, that range of motion will get bigger and bigger and bigger as you get more mobile in that joint, right? So I hope that helps, and I hope people that have arthritis, you know, don't use that as an excuse to not work out, because let me tell you something, working out is one of the best cures for everything, mental, physical, you know, arthritis, you know, I mean, everything. Working out, whether it's lifting weights, whether it's taking a walk, taking a jog, walking the pet, whatever, you know, swimming, you know, doing aquatic aerobics, you know, or taking aerobic classes, anything like that, you know, as long as you know your limitations when you have either an injury or, you know, like arthritis or something like that, which is not an injury, but it does, the more you move, the easier that joint, you know, kind of get lubes, you know what I mean, and it kind of works through, and you're able to do more. So think about that the next time you use arthritis as an excuse to not work out or not go take a walk or whatever, because it's one of the best things that you can do, and it kind of just works that rust, so to speak, out of that joint so you get more motion. So hope that helped. So no excuses, guys, no excuses. If you have any excuses, give them to me, and I can work through those excuses and show you a better way of looking at things, to make things happen for you if you really want it, right? Right? So leave me comments, tell me what I can do to help you on your fitness journey. Dani K Gym Wellness on Facebook, DaniKGymWellness.com, and I will talk to you later. Stay in tune, stay informed, stay motivated. Bye.